Uncharted 4: A Thief's End has finally been released, and with a week to experience it, it's time to give you my reaction to the game, in the first ever edition of Suggestive Reviews. So without further ado, I'm Josh Picard, and this is what I think of Uncharted 4. Let me start off by saying that I've never been a huge fan of the gameplay in the Uncharted games. The exploration section and action set pieces were fun enough, but the awkward pacing and combat portions always seemed to put a damper on my experiences of the games. Uncharted 4, however, fixes most of the issues I have with the series, giving you more options in combat by adding a stealth option, fixing enemy spawn issues by giving the player proper indication and context of where enemies are coming from, and providing more weapons and takedowns to keep things fresh and exciting even over 10 hours in. The aforementioned stealth elements are an incredible addition to the game, and while the previous games did have some stealth takedowns, in Uncharted 4 you're allowed to take on almost every encounter with stealth, or go in loud, whichever you choose. One thing I particularly appreciated was that in the event that your stealthy approach doesn't go as planned, you can restart the encounter if things get too hot. However, I never did this since it's generally not unmanageable if you do get spotted. Overall, the combat experience has gone from an aggravating break in the gameplay to a fun addition to the experience which feel much less out of place. The exploration and climbing sections of the game have gotten much better in this installment, with additions such as a rope, a pickaxe, and drivable vehicles adding more variety to the traversal. There are still ambiguous moments where you're not sure if you can grab onto something, particularly with the rope swinging, which often lead to death, but checkpoints are generous enough to not leave you too frustrated. One thing I would like to give this game praise for is the way it subtly teaches the player how to play the game. In one example, you have to raise a trailer out of the bottom of a body of water in an early section of the game. You have to loop a cable around the trailer in order for it to be raised. Later in the game, you use a winch on your 4x4 using this exact same idea. The player recognizes this similarity and immediately knows to loop the winch cable and attach. Another great example, which I feel is absolutely brilliant game design, is when you get a pickaxe very late in the game. Without holding your hand, the game gives you the pickaxe and shows you how to use it to climb. You must experiment to learn how to incorporate it into your climbing, quickly getting the hang of it and using it to move around quickly. But wait, there's a section that's out of reach. Instinctively, you jump up, then use the pickaxe in air. The game doesn't tell you you can do this, but you know you can before you even try it. This game has several examples of things like this, but these are two of my favorites. I give the gameplay a 7 out of 10. The combat, while better, can still be obnoxious, especially towards the end of the game when enemies get stronger and their numbers increase. Puzzles can be tedious and boring at times, and knowing where to go isn't always intuitive. However, the game still does what Uncharted does best: exploration and exciting action scenes. Uncharted 4 is the greatest looking video game I have ever seen. This is not an exaggeration. There were several times while playing the game that I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The lighting is phenomenal and character models and animations look better than ever. The game is absolutely seamless, with no loading screens once you're in the game and cutscenes fading or cutting in with no slight delay as seen in previous installments. Cutscenes also look in-engine, to the point where I was actively trying to pinpoint where a scene cut to video or if it even did. The sound in the game has also gotten an upgrade, with some of the cheesier sound effects going away completely or getting replaced with better ones. Another big change I appreciated was how ammo on the ground is now indicated with the glowing light, making it easier to find in those big busy battle scenes. I give the presentation a 10 out of 10. With visuals, audio, and acting as good as this game has, I don't see how it could have gotten any better with modern hardware. Naughty Dog once again raises the bar with their character and environment designs, and it will be extremely hard to top this game in the visual department anytime soon. The one complaint you may have is that the game runs at a locked 30 frames per second and can often drop below this, but you often forget about it due to how amazing everything looks in general. I'm very excited to see if Naughty Dog brings a patch for the highly rumored more powerful PlayStation 4, and if so, what that can bring to improve the visuals. It's no secret that Uncharted shines in its story. After Uncharted 3 put a button on Nathan Drake's tail, I found it hard to believe there could be another chapter. However, Naughty Dog did an amazing job pulling a settled-down Drake back into his former adventurous lifestyle with a treasure hunt he couldn't refuse. In addition to moving Drake's story forward, this chapter also details his often hinted at but never truly exposed past, giving the Nathan Drake character a meaningful backstory which shines a great light on his motivations throughout the other series installments. If you've played the other main Uncharted games, Golden Abyss not required, you'll notice many callbacks and Easter eggs provided to the player, showing how we relate to Nate's feelings of nostalgia for his prior life. We then see Nate grow and realize that some things are more important than the score. Even as someone who doesn't hold an incredible love for the series, seeing this development in Nate was huge and felt good as an observer. At the end of the game, we finally see Nate's story wrapped up, and he is finally settled with a family and a steady job. We get to see his daughter and her discovery of her father's adventures, and it hits home that this is the finishing stamp on the story of Nathan Drake. No doubt Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley are to thank for the new side of the character we see, and I wonder how things would have gone had they not come on board. I feel Uncharted 4 deserves a very strong 9 out of 10 for its story. With meaningful character introductions, backstory, and growth, I feel that on the whole, this game contributes more to the Uncharted lexicon than any of the other installments, while still working extremely well as a standalone story. If this is indeed a Thief's End, then I feel it was an incredible end to go out on. Overall, Uncharted 4 gets a 9 out of 10, a score I never would have imagined giving to an Uncharted game. As I mentioned before, I didn't love the previous installments, and playing through them again to prepare for the final chapter was a task I was not particularly looking forward to. However, Uncharted 4 blew me away. Almost everything I disliked about the previous games was improved, to the point where I really looked forward to hopping back into the game when I wasn't playing it. The multiplayer, while not the game's drawing feature, is still fun, as we had a lot of fun playing it on this channel, and that video is coming soon. If you own a PlayStation 4, I strongly encourage you to play through this game. Even if you haven't played the other Uncharted games, this one stands on its own as one of, if not the best game on the console. And if you need to get caught up on the story of the franchise, we have a video that's got you covered. I can honestly say that I love this game, even if I do feel that it kind of fell apart in its final hour. I can forgive it for its faults, however, and I can give you my word that it's worth picking up. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End is truly a milestone in modern gaming. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click that thumbs up down there. Lets me know you saw this one, you watched it all the way through, you liked what you saw. Helps me know what you guys want to see. So if you like this video, hit that subscribe button as well. We're starting to put out more scripted videos. I'm really enjoying doing this. The other guys are going to start chipping in. Make sure you suggest a game down below in the comments, whether you want us to play it on the Let's Play, whether you want us to do a review, whether you want us to do a story summary. We'll do it. Just leave a suggestion down there. You can also leave a suggestion on our subreddit. It's r/suggestivegaming. We also have a Twitch. We stream every week, at least one day. That's twitch.tv/suggestivegaming. We also have another Uncharted video where I explain the story of the first 3 games, so check that one out if you need a refresher going into this game, if I convinced you to go play it. We also have a Let's Play of the multiplayer going up soon, so check that out once it's up. Again, click that subscribe so you can see it when it comes out. Thanks again for watching.